It's bone marrow, which is it's crazy because they say it's only found in the black woman, right? That has the ability to secrete semen through, I think it's the part. Hold on a second. The parthenium gland. It's through one of the ducts. So I
Hmm.
kind of went in on it when I found out, but this is definitely something that was done way back when, right? This is look, man. We all know they lied to us, right? So definitely, this is something that our sisters were was able to do back in the day. Now, this is coming from a man. I had to put my ego aside to be able to to be able to say this now. So you know what I mean. This was definitely something that our women was able to do back in the day, and that got to be respected.
Do you think they can still do it today, too, Grand?
No, I don't think it can be done today. There has been too many changes along the generations where we're not like we used to be. We're not even breathing the same oxygen as we used to, from what I've come to find out. You know what
Yeah,
I
we
mean? The
used to
earth.
breathe straight ozone, double
e-
oxygen molecule.
Exactly. My man Rod Hayes, he's been spitting this stuff for years, and he always tells you, right, don't just listen to him, like go research it, right? And every time I hear something, I go back and I try, man, I'll try to debunk it. And nah, back in the day, the air was different. Plants even growed back in the day. When they talk about Eden, it was truly here before we started to mess around with things. We truly had it good out here before we started messing with things. You know what I mean?
Numerous outsiders.
I have a
So,
question. I have a
so
question because science is not my forte, so I'm just curious. But like, would cloning, or something like stem cells and cloning be an example of parthogenesis?
It's another name for it is spontaneous clone.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they tell you that you gave birth to your twin if you have a parthenogenic birth. They'll tell you you birthed your twin that was in your uterus waiting to continue its gestation and try to act like poof, it just popped there. You 30 years old, you just had this baby, and you ain't been with a man since you was 22, and you wonder how you got pregnant, and they're gonna tell you, oh, you just birthing your twin.
Mm,
It was lodged in your uterus from childhood, and it decided to wake up when you turned 30.
mm.
Ta-da!
yeah, and stem cells are important to them because we all know they decide to hold on to that placenta after a woman has a baby, and there's a reason for that. They all up in there for them stem cells, right?
Mm.
Not only
Yep.
that, that's the doppelganger for the capturing of the soul of the birth certificate.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy right there.
That's your double. Every
Yeah.
every birth is a twin birth under the Admiralty.
Wow.
I wanted to ask Dulcinea something real quick. Dulce,
You see it on the screen, Rod? Since a
Mm-hmm.
woman, when we're talking about parthogenesis, since a woman can have a baby by herself, is it possible that some of these witches are having babies, pure bloodline witches and wizards offspring?
mm,
That's totally possible. I wouldn't rule it out.
a lot of
I
stuff.
wouldn't rule it out because when you get into the higher cult, it started teaching you how to access parts of your anatomical being that you don't even know you can do.
Right.
They used to do exhibits and they used to call them jugglers a long time ago in India, where the monks are going in the hills and pick up some exotic skill that you can do with the body that nobody ever thought about. And then they come down for the people and let them see, and they call them jugglers. This would be for the circus. So they know it's a lot of people that's high functioning witches and warlocks. Well, warlock is a misnomer. It's really witches and wizards, male and female, and they have certain capabilities that regular people will never have the ambition to develop, let alone even be aware of that their body can do. This is where you get your contortionist from, because everything that we do with the body, we have to train the body to perform. And through the training process, it's required for you to use a great amount of willpower to develop the type of physique for the function that you want it to perform. But you got to have what's called the base material. So a person that's built like let's say a beer drinking couch potato, he's not gonna never be a contortionist. He's not gonna never have because his body has developed outside of that reality. He'll become more flexible, but he'll never become a contortionist. For one, his fat ass stomach gonna get in the way. But for the ones they normally start them out as babies. And when they start them out as babies, you can mold the body to do stuff that once you get 6, 7, 8 years old, they won't be able to do no more. That's why gymnasts like to start at 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, because what they put their body through, my goodness, you have to break bones in order to be so flexible. That is commitment. Ballerinas too.
And I'm saying for the record, I have went back to 2017, and Wendy looked.
Yeah, I'm talking about 1999. I put it in the bag. Look at.
Why are we still talking about Wendy Williams?
I just happened to look on there. I don't know about that.
Yes, why are we talking about Wendy?
Because I wanted to. Y'all not
She looking like a man.
I just wanted to show you, Sister Freedom. That was for you, Sister Freedom, just to see what I was saying.
I'm just saying that he gonna say
y'all gonna leave Wendy alone.
He sounded like he the type of person in the house like what? Like now listen to you. His voice was like stern.
I used to like Wendy Williams. Y'all
gonna leave her alone.
Laughing about it.
She was exposing the Diddy before.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Exposing all that.
I'll give you that. She was the first one talking about it. I'll give you that. And this goes way back too.
The first one talking about what? I'm sorry.
Diddy and his parties.
Oh, what? Now, you know what I don't like this. Let me say this though. Let me say this though. Let me say this though. Why we do that? If they want to say something about Diddy, because Diddy been having these parties since why we gotta say something too? I mean, every time the undone man go on one of ours, we jump right on the wagon with him. We wasn't saying nothing before, but we wasn't saying nothing before that to make no.
We were no. That's not true. I don't think that's not true. That's not true.
It went crazy once they start saying.
No. I think I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Freedom. But I do think, and this is where you and I always have this difference, right? I always tell you, just because somebody have melanin, don't make them one of ours. You understand? That just because a person is skin folk, don't make them kin folk, as the saying goes. Just because a person has hold on. Just because a person has melanin, that don't make them one of ours. That doesn't mean that they need protection. That I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Demons come in all forms, shape, colors. Just because they have melanin don't make them one of ours. And I think that's the sometimes that's like the biggest aha people got to come to grips with, because we assume.
And the thing too, we didn't know.
I got it.
No, I think you missed it. What I'm trying to say is, this man been having these parties like all the rest of them. Been having these parties since parties began, and when the people at the party, they want to be there. The people that he was messing with wanted him to mess with them, because you ain't got to do what he wanted you to do. Okay.
Yeah, but then we didn't know it was all connected. We didn't know it was all connected.
We always our own worst enemies about. So soon as somebody else starts saying something about one of us, I'm not saying what he did. Let me make sure I be clear on that. Right. I'm not saying anything that he did was correct. What I'm saying is, wasn't nobody, one of us, like making no big deal about it.
But that's not true, Sister Freedom.
That's not
just
true.
Because you're not aware. People had already turned on him when Biggie's mom exposed him. We knew he killed Biggie. Like what? People were already
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about Diddy and
I don't
A
do
lot of
that.
people
I didn't
turned
say
their
it.
back,
I ain't say it. So I ain't saying it
allegedly for
happened.
the thing. So
and
you
plus,
can't
Say
say that
allegedly.
because it
I ain't
was us.
saying
It was people that looked like us that were exposing that. No white people were like, "Oh, Diddy killed Biggie" or anything. It was us that were like, "We don't like Diddy." Biggie's mom was like, "He's a fraud. He's doing all this stuff undercover. He
it. He
did
still
that
didn't
to
go to
take the
jail.
money." So it doesn't matter. You just said that no one was against him that looked like us. Now you're talking about he wasn't in jail.
No,
So
no,
that's
I'm gonna tell you
irrelevant if
what I
he was in
said and
jail
why
or
I'm
not.
saying it.
We were against him then because we saw the conspiracy against him with the whole, and there were people that, of course, they'd be like, "Oh, we love Diddy still" or anything, but there was a big group of people that was against Diddy and been wanting Diddy to go under when we saw that and believed the conspiracy that he had something to do with Biggie's death.
Okay, something to do, and we knew. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just saying, now that Diddy is locked up, now that R. Kelly is locked up, now that when Bill Cosby was locked up, we really wasn't saying too much about it. That was making a big stink about it all through the
That's not
YouTube and
true.
stuff.
That's not
that's a
true,
that,
That is
though.
no,
not
no, no.
true.
We
All
talking
right,
about
maybe because
Diddy.
I live in
You just
Delaware.
brought up Cosby.
Yeah, Delaware. I
Cosby,
could see Delaware not saying
Yeah,
much.
that's not
I
But
true.
said no.
we
When I
were
said that,
seeing
as to
R.
say
Kelly
is
outside of the middle school, waiting on girls. Like, what is wrong with him? We were pissed about Aaliyah. Like, so maybe it's a Delaware thing. But that was so messed up about Aaliyah. And we didn't like him. We didn't like her mama. We didn't like her daddy. We didn't like her uncle. We were pissed off about Aaliyah.
Oh,
Aaliyah
I
was
was.
12 when
I
Aaliyah was starting
wasn't.
to be taught over there. I get it. I'm saying I get it. Delaware wasn't upset. I'm
No,
telling you
I was
that
living on that
people were
city then.
upset.
So
There
I'm
were
just saying.
many people that were upset. Just Delaware wasn't.
No, I don't know why you making that a point. And please don't do that. What I'm saying when I said something about Delaware, I was just being sarcastic. What I'm saying is we just skip it because I know what
Who's
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
let's
snoring?
skip it. Let's
Just
skip.
skip
Let's
it.
skip. Let's skip.
Just skip
Let's
it.
move
Yeah,
on,
just
y'all.
skip
Is
it.
Rod sleep? Rod, you sleep?
Because I don't know how we
I
got
don't
here.
sleep. I rest though, but I ain't resting right now.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Somebody
Well,
sound like
it's
they.
going on 1 in the morning, y'all. Actually, it's going on 1 o'clock in the
yeah,
morning.
we always jumping on the
Yo,
wagon,
Rod, I got a quick question.
Um,
but wasn't on the wagon before. Might
Go
have
ahead.
said
What's your question?
We were on the wagon
no,
with you
you
and
What
weren't.
Goat.
No,
What's
you
your take?
weren't. No, you
What's
Dean
your
weren't.
has a
take
I
on
don't
question.
say nothing about those people until they
Dean
talk.
has a question. Go ahead, Dean.
what's your take on Canada and his position and Trump's position on Canada? Where you see that going?
Liquidating the corporation, Canada is part of it. America and Canada has the same QSIP number. It's the same corporation that own both of them. So when you liquidate one, it's going to automatically liquidate the other one. So what he's telling you is that this is one landmass,
Yep.
one landmass that we was already on before they came. Before the tribes get it back, they got to tear down the corporation. The republic got to give it back to the tribal government, continuity of government, and returning of everything back to the people.
they also going after Greenland. And if y'all didn't know, the headquarters of the CIA is up in Greenland, so they trying to get to Greenland just for that too.
Well, Greenland was part of Turtle Island too.
Oh,
It
I
just
I
it's
asked
just
that.
it's just not commonly talked about or known, but it was the closest of our bodies of land to Europe.
I asked that question because what I do really, everybody's sweating when it comes to the banking system. Right now in Canada, in Toronto alone, the we're about to go on record of the most renewals for mortgages right now ever
Mm-hmm.
in the history of time.
Unbelievable.
And they're sweating right now because everybody's renewal is not going down, it's going up, and they can't
Everybody.
afford it. And I'm telling you firsthand because I talk to people every single day about their homes and their wallets and their largest investment, and people are
Yeah, I'm also in financing. I
That's
know
what we
what you
were
mean,
talking
bro.
about
and
earlier.
they're about to lose their homes, and they have to
Mhm.
downsize. And just before in 2020, between 2020 and 2022, people started buying homes. You know, now it's renewal time, and they can't afford it.
Can't
And
afford
they're
it.
gonna have to sell their homes, and they're gonna have to downside. But there's a lot of people right now in delinquency. There's a lot of stagnant homes that are not moving because a lot of people who are wanting to buy homes are not making any movements because they're like, I don't know, and there's this complete uncertainty. And
Yeah,
people,
because look at what happened
there's
to
a lot
the
of people
home
about to be out
insurance.
of jobs up here, and there's a lot of people about to be, unfortunately, out of their homes.
Yeah,
And it's cold. It's real cold. And
Do you see
and
Canada becoming a state?
I'm with whatever. I don't really care. I'm down with it. I said I
Yes,
never really saw
they don't
lineage.
have a they don't
I'm
have a
indigenous.
choice.
Like, to me, it's like it just needs to go back to the rightful people. Like, you know what I mean? And we're the rightful keepers of this land, this whole Turtle Island, right from South America up. We're the ones who are talking about this. We're doing this. We're doing the homework. We're the rejects. We know who we are. We're unapologetically not African. We know that. It's clear as day. Our phenotype's not the same. Our energy
thank you.
don't move the same. Our energy is not the same. Why do we do carnival the same? We jump up. We have the same feathers, the same. It's the same shit. We do the same thing. It's in our DNA. It's being expressed all the time, and we can't see it. The ignorant
Yeah,
ones in
but
our family are
the
still
only thing,
stuck. They're still
but the
stuck
only
in that white Jesus shit. I don't even go there with them. I'm not even trying to convince them. I leave that shit alone because I know that's a mental health, and I leave that shit alone because you know why? They will slap you in your face. I've always been the reject. I've always been crazy, and I accept it. I must be crazy in this fucking bullshit world. Like, who doesn't see that? Right? You got to understand that. That's why I don't fight with people to educate people who want to be stuck. And unfortunately, our people are really stuck. And they got to go to the bullshit. If they want to understand YT people, they need to just understand. Start looking at the Cabbage Patch. And a lot of the white people ain't European that we see.
Right.
The Europeans that did this look just like us. And you need to understand that. Kendrick even had to tell you that. They look like they're not like us. Rod been telling you that for how many years? It flipped our head every time we found out there was a whole bunch of people that were doing some trauma to us that look just like us. That phenotype's a little off. Their energy is definitely off. But they were doing all this trauma to us.
I told you the most traumatic thing I ever learned in all of my studies is that the white man ain't even white.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking about hurt feelings, talking about having a real bad attitude about something. I thought we was gonna have a party and kill Whitey, and I come to find out Whitey ain't even white. I got all the way up there to bop the man, and he looked like me.
Yeah. That's a hard one. And we know we're not. I'm African. I love Africans. We got Africans in our family. But when the people over here and the indigenous people need to understand, we probably have more European, Black European in us than we do have African. That's what you need to accept too. Because they married right into our families.
And that's how they were stealing our stuff. Because our women would never give up no land. None of the chiefs from here would give up land. And the only way to do it is a sweetheart swindle.
All right. My screen.
All right, you got to roll the video.
The videos, I think I only had 2 videos, and they were gonna be talking about them getting it. Now I can ask you the questions. We got about 20 minutes left. We're gonna take questions from the crowd. Well, we'll take questions from the crowd. Drop your I'm gonna ask the first question, but hey, the crowd, if you got any questions based on what we did tonight or any other questions, drop it in the chat, and then we'll go from there. Now, Rod, this is what I wanted to ask. Now, do you think we take as Nubians, knowing that our hair is antennas and being that who we are with with hair, do you think we take our hair serious enough? Like some people don't give it. Like me, I brush my hair, I put wave, like I do the waves with the wave cap and everything. But a lot of people don't take care of their hair. Like if it's an antenna, if it's really an antenna and you ain't taking care of that joint, you can have bad signal. So what's your thought on that, bro?
Okay, remember in 80s, late 80s, especially going into the early 90s, you had all these exotic haircut styles that barbers would do. You had the high top fade, the Gumby left, Gumby right.
Yeah.
Right? All asymmetrical hairstyles for the women, geometry and hairstyling.
Yeah.
The reason all this is because your hair expression is derived from the energy you channeling in your natural human nature, following the order of nature, changes the hair to reflect the energy that you feel because it's a message given to the rest of the species, to other humans, right? So when you keep your hair in different styles, it tells the content of what you're feeling, what you're going through.
Right.
Right. Yours right now, judging by your haircut and your appearance, clean shave, right? You feel self-confident and ready to put yourself out for scrutiny. You feel confident enough to take in whatever come because you in your energy, you in your field. My hair, on the other hand, say whatever this sucker going through, he all over the place. Right? Now, why would a chief allow himself to be all over the place, and why did he need to express the energy of being all over the place to the general public? Now, if you're drawing from multiple dimensions, different pieces of information, in order to bring it into the current realm, you all over the place, literally. So when the people see that and they see you can competently describe it, it makes them understand that being all over the place is not necessarily a bad thing. But to be aware of why you all over the place and what you're doing, right, expressed in appearance. Wise words being spoken, the gray beard, right? The knowledge is still intellectual, less gray hairs on the top, right? So now, because the words of wisdom can be spoken, thus says the beard. The intelligence that's been gathered can be disseminated to more people through the lenses of wisdom. So now you work in left brain, right brain in order to pass the message on subconsciously through the physical appearance. Right? And when you fold your arms, as you intently listen, it's locking the energy, you bear hugging, meaning that you're holding on to the code.
Hey, Rod, what you think about women or anybody and weave? Like you already said, you on your perspective on like whatever people do is their own business, kind of move to that fact. But do you think like putting somebody else's hair with your hair would add a different energy? Like say if you got like a certain type of energy, and then you get this person's hair that had a whole nother energy, you add it to your hair, would that add to your energy? Go ahead.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But you see, if you don't know where the hair coming from and why they cutting their hair, then you have no knowledge of what energy coming in. And the only way you can use it to your advantage at that point is to be a natural born chaos magician. Because when you put other people's energy in like that, everything they went through is in their hair. If they cut their hair, they cut it for a reason. If it was financially, everything they went through was from a poverty position.
Right.
If that's the cause. If it was ritual, that means that whatever they lived through is being kept and pent up in the hair. We used to make our own wigs. Now we rely on foreign nations to send us foreign hair.
India.
Right? Remember, the original hair extensions was made out of sheep, goat, and over here it was also made out of like the tail of the horse, the mane of the horse.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. This is why we call it horsehair anyway.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Right. And sometimes the daughter of Big Mama, the big matriarch, she wear a long ponytail because she's indicating her rank. But sometimes her hair don't grow long enough, fast enough. So Big Mama say, you go cut that ponytail off and we gonna make it into your ponytail.
Uh-huh.
So they go out there, they send one of them uncles out there to cut the hair off the horse tail. So that Big Mama can make baby girl her ponytail. That's on the quarter horse. On the flip. Mm-hmm. That's 3 up, 1 down, make it look like you skate. It's an old cowboy terminology to spread the word, like Thunderbird.
Say, Rod. Oh, go ahead. I thought you was finished.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Hey, so when because I looked it up, and the Indians they do it as a ritual when they want to get right with their God and clean their sin. They shave their hair bald, right? It's like a part of a ritual over in India. That's how they be getting most of the hair. Now, so when they get the hair, could they do like a yabba dabba do or abracadabra over the hair to cleanse the energy? Put some do some sage over it or something.
Yeah,
some of it don't feel weird, whether we say it or not. But so is it something they can do to cleanse the energy of it? Go ahead.
Yeah. Anything that you use that's an energy carrier, that's whether it's a stone or whether it's a dagger or a necklace or a ring or crown, whatever.
Yeah.
When you first get it, to cleanse it, you should automatically have you like a table set out with like rock salt. You sit the item on the salt, right? And then you put it where both the sun and the moon can hit it. And you leave it there until you feel like it's okay to move it, because you will sense it as it's cleansing. Every time you walk past, it'll be like you walking past a quiet washer. Right? You can lay the packs of hair out like that. Right? You can expose them to green light. The green light is the frequency of love, which neutralizes none of the negative energy can stay under the green light. It has to flee. It's like the Moors say, when the truth on the manifest, falsehood flee. Right? So when you understand that you're using anything of somebody else's energy, you should automatically have a protocol of energy cleansing as part of your natural lifestyle.
Right.
But that was taken from us with our voodoo culture, or what they call voodoo culture. That was our natural sciences, where Big Mama used to always teach all of the kids how to cleanse the gifts given to them so people can't use magic on them.
Yeah, they happen down south a lot, Louisiana.
Yeah. They got salt pails at all of the old farms. It used to be a salt pail. They're going to bury something in that salt pail to cleanse it. but you want to expose it to the sunlight and the moonlight because you want to charge it with both energies. If it's gold, especially the sunlight. If it's silver, especially the moonlight, because it's deriving from source power, right? So you got to know the science and the magic that come with the color of the light. Because you allowed to use replicas when the original can't be found to use, a suitable replacement is and the nearest facsimile of the actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're using your energy cleansing, you don't have to have the actual sun. You can use a light bulb that glows yellow, right? If you need to use the red energy of Mars, you can use the red light when you charging war implements for power. So it's like having where the barbers clean their clippers with the blue light
Mm-hmm.
and the purple light,
Mm-hmm.
right? You could change the color of the bulb in order to change the frequency that you charging something with. But the salt gun ground it out, right? So you leave it on the salt, and then you charge it up with the element that is most powerful. Is, depending on what it is. But if it's like stones, you use the sun and the moon to charge,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Now, can you
But
use can they use elements? Because I noticed that in the class they used to teach us that when you combine that with an element like water, fire, or earth, like dirt, right? Connect it with
mhm,
dirt. So, is that good to add like another power? Because I used to charge my crystals with the sunlight and the ground, with the dirt, earth, and the sunlight and water.
you can do that. You can use water too,
Uh huh.
right? Sometimes you can put stones in water and sit them out in the sun, and the water is going to take a couple drops of it and freeze it. The water going to tell you what the energy is. Wait a couple days, freeze it again, and you'll see the change in the energy by the form the water takes.
Yeah, I seen that, bro. I seen that, bro. Now this next question says all right, that's another one. It says now somebody said something about like rocking hats. Do you think because I know a lot of guys that rocked a lot of hats when they was like in their mid age, they got bald spots in the middle now. Like my brother, he rocked a lot of hats. Like me, I rock the kufi a lot, but I really have I go outside and let the sun hit that part of my head. Why you think it could be a trait too that when people go bald right there in the at like early age they go bald. But do you think that's from wearing a lot of hats? I know the guys that wear a lot of hats, they get bald right there in the middle.
Bald spot in the middle is a mother line, mother to son trait. It's passed on the mitochondria. They, they probably have a past life habit of wearing hats most of their life to cover their bald spot. So when they incarnate in this life, when they're young, they just naturally drawn to wearing the hat. But they still had to have the trait in order to lose the hair. Because you have some of them that might come in with the memory but don't got the trait, and they still wear hats and got all their hair.
Yeah, I've seen it too. Cause I wear a lot of hats, but I wear kufis a lot though. So